Why do they have to make this so sad? Why is she cradling the withered flower? You can't do this to me, Project Moon. Oh, hey, look, a new ID. The House of Spiders, the middle apprentice Ishmael, 50 seconds ago. Yippee! Yay, new ID. Okay, well, it's time for us to check it out. All right, though, actuality, yes, the new ID is here 50 seconds ago. As per usual, everything here is live and completely fresh and, you know, save all judgments until the day it comes out, and we will also be playing it on the day. So, boom. Immediately I can tell this is a one page, which, I mean, I think all the middles are one page. If I recall, I'm pretty sure at least. Anyway, let's have a look at Fishy. So we have Lust, Wrath, and Envy. Obviously, she is a middle identity, so we love Envy in these streets. All right. The House of Spiders, middle apprentice, Ishmael. Skill 1. Zoom on in, and let's have a read. Burn, bleed. Burn season's real. It's real. The One Piece. The One Piece is real. Welcome. All right, everyone. Congratulations. We are officially in burn season. It begins. All right, let's actually read the kit now. 2 coin, Lust, Blunt, totally badass kicking. Oh, dude, I am gonna enjoy this. If target has burn and plus bleed, gain coin power, heal SP, which is pretty standard for these S1s on the middle. We have the first coin on hit, inflict bleed potency. The second hit will deal blunt bonus damage, and if this unit has the middle styled augmentation tattoo, inflict bleed count. Interesting. All right. Maybe neutral, maybe a -1 if it's an extra conditional. No idea. Guess we'll have to see on the skill 2. Crossing Dervish. If the 3 coin, Blunt Wrath. If the target has burn and bleed, gain coin power. Combat Start. This skill gains offense level by the highest resin divided by X. If there is an A resin in the resin chain, multiply the X by amount of offense level gained from the effect above. I think that is literally exactly like Middle Sinclair. And I think Donkey has it on her skill 3 specifically. We have on use gain aggro to this skill slot next turn. On use, if the unit has thermal blades, on hit with certain coins, inflict burn by the base amount of bleed the skill inflicts. On hit, inflict bleed. On the second coin, inflict bleed count. The third coin deal blunt bonus damage, and if the unit has the middle style augmentation tattoos, inflict paralysis and bind. When was the last time we had an ID inflict paralyze? I don't remember the last time an ID inflicted paralyze. Oh, someone in the comment section will tell me. I don't think anything in season 6 or even season 5 inflicted power. Well, maybe even season 4. Is this the first paralyzed unit? I'm probably forgetting like one niche ID, and then everyone's gonna be like, actually, this guy is a fraud. He doesn't even remember the blah 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 out of the 600,000 IDs in the game. Okay, yes, I forget, man. Let me believe. Anyway, this also includes burn, so it actually is also burn count, which is very nice. I wonder if this will count for. I wonder if this will count for mirror dungeons buffs. I assume so. Next, we have the skill 3, the arguably most important skill. We have a juicy 4 coin Envy Blunt. Violet Breaking Slam. If the target has burn or and bleed, gain coin power. Combat Start, the skill gains offense level by highest resin, of course. And then A resin, it will multiply the amount of offense level gained. Yep. On use, if this unit has the thermal blades, on hit with certain coins, inflict burn by the amount of inflict burn by the base amount of bleed the skill inflicts. Gain final power for every middle grudge. Okay, that's cool. And then we have consume all middle grudge on self. If this skill is activated as a counter, gain blunt damage up next turn. We have inflict bleed count, and then the 4th hit, we have deal envy resin times X of this coin's final damage as /bonus damage, dude, and then inflict bleed on hit. They loved it. It's like when Kim Ji-hoon discovered sliding the sprites around in Kano 9 Part 2. They love doing inflict final damage as bonus slash damage. Funnily enough, it's been slashed 3 times in a row, by the way, but I have no issue with it because usually this is quite powerful. And it's based on every res, which is very interesting. So here we obviously have Middle Grudge, which is the self-buff that Kira has. And then we have Thermal Blades, obviously, as per usual. And then we have a blah, 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 blah. What's wrong with me? Like, anyway. Bonus blunt damage up next turn. We also have normal bleed count. So a lot of bleed count on this middle identity. Maybe it's hinting towards something. Something like, I'll get you back for this, man. Which is a 2-coin Envy base counter. At X, combat start, some of Envy A-res use Violet Breaking Slam as a counter. Of course. Combat start, gain missing shield. HP as a shield. Okay, very awesome. So that is exactly like Middle Sinclair. And I think that's probably a good way to start transitioning toward these counters. Give them a little bit of shield, you know, make it a bit more worthwhile. On hit, lower stack threshold. This is the normal one. And then inflict bleed. This one does not have thermal blade buff, so it is just bleed. Okay. Very simple. No extra skills. It is just counter and then skill 3. Now we're going to move on to the first passive, which is the thermal weapon. If this unit is considered an identity... Wait, this unit is considered as an identity that inflicts burn and bleed. If the unit has thermal blade, skills that inflict bleed are considered as skills that inflict both burn and bleed. Okay, well that answers my question. She does not get the Ring Sang treatment. Well, actually, no, she does. She gets the Ring Sang treatment. She counts as 2, even though she does not inflict the status traditionally. The only time that this was like this was with Ring Sang and Ring Otis, who now are permanently, forever, just bound to bleed. So, awesome, cool. Then we have the middle never forgets. You know? Sorry. Alright. Turn and inflict the Vengeance Mark to the enemy that dealt the most skill damage to an ally this turn. Okay. That is from Mersaults. He does the Vengeance Mark. I think Sinclair also does the Vengeance Mark, but I think he does a different version of the Vengeance Mark. I don't remember. Every time this unit is hit by an enemy, gain the Middle Grudge. When an other middle faction ally is hit by an enemy, gain the Middle Grudge. If the target that attacked this unit or an ally has the mark, the Vengeance Mark, gain even more Grudge. Combat start. If the dashboard has an NVA res, multiply the amount of Grudge gained this turn. Okay, cool. Rewarding the NVA res, I like it. Especially now that we have literally a full 7+ units that can consistently NVA res. Very nice, I like that. We have gained the middle-styled augmentation tattoos every time this unit consumes an X amount of Middle Grudge. So let's most likely, she's probably going to have 10, right? So she'll most likely have 10 as a buff. And then we have combat start. If this unit does not have thermal blades, and at an X envy resin, she gains thermal blades. Combat start. If this unit has thermal blades, gain envy resin X thermal blades X. Okay, this is cool. You are rewarded for maintaining the envy res. So you pop the envy res, you get thermal blades, and then as your reward for consistently getting the envy res, you maintain thermal blades. So theoretically, thermal blades would be infinite. Also, it's envy res, not a res, so would be way easier as well if you don't have a full NVT. Then we have the support passive. Hey, are you into fixes too? The number 1 deployed identity's base attack skills gain coin power. Wait, clash power. Oh my god, I thought I said, dude, I'm blind, bro. I thought that said coin power. I actually was like, what? Anyway, if the dashboard has an NVA res, the number 1 deployed identity deals more damage with base skills. This is insane, no? This is just insane. Even with clash power, that is quite nuts. Like, that's going to be at least like 5% or 10%. And then the clash power is probably like +1. But a lot of other clash power ones, you need to usually fulfill a conditional, like you need to be the fastest, or you need to be maybe like a certain speed, or you need to have a certain effect on you, or whatever. But this one just seems to be the 1 deployed identity, so boom. Yeah, just boom. That's it. Okay, cool. You know what, Ishmael? I think I am into fixes too. Now we have the 3 passives here. We have middle style augmentations tattoos. Her base skills gain final power for every X amount of stacks, and her envy and blunt skills deal more damage for every stack. Okay. A lot of final power. Considering it says gain final power for every stack, maybe it's like 2 final power, maybe it's 5/5. That's my assumption. Or 5. So it's like 2 final power. Envy skills deal more damage. I'm going to assume it's up to 10%, maybe 20. We have the middle grudge, which is if the target has Vengeance Mark, obviously deal more damage. Okay, so she does more damage. A little angry Ishmael. He's so angry. Anyway, this is, of course, the grudge effect that she gets. So deal more damage to the enemy with the Vengeance Mark. Cool. And then we have the thermal blades. If the target hit by base skills has burn, you heal SP. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Inflict burn when inflicting bleed with certain skill coins, and then turn and reduce the stack. And that's the full kit. Okay, hold on. I'm starting to think I'm back. You know? That's how I feel. Burn season returns. You know, ignore that's a bleed identity. But burn season returns. No, actually, this seems really strong. Oh, Kamui's glazing again. He always glazes every ID that comes out. Okay, hold on. Before you continue with this argument and before you start writing it on the reddit.com, first of all, that's not true. Second, I mean, reading this, I mean, it just seems very, very useful, very good. You know, like you could just go off base. First of all, very easy conditional. First of all, she gets coin power for everything, so that's like, damn. Second of all, it's just potency inflict. You can inflict a billion burn potency if you want, and maintain the burn potency. Super easy. So that makes her condition super easy already. She has count on every skill. Literally every skill. So she's, you know, she might not be neutral, because there's no way she'll be neutral. She's a middle identity. She'll at least have a little bit of sustain. And more than enough for a burn identity. In fact, this might be the most amount of burn count an ID has had since, like, Arda Blossom. Actually, Fire Fist. Because Fire Fist is a nightmare. Well, not a nightmare. He's a monster. In a good way. With the amount of burn count he inflicts. So, yeah. I mean, a lot of burn count, a lot of bleed count. I like that. The paralyzed, dude, I swear. Who's had paralyzed last? Whomstedative. This alone might just... A modern day ID with paralyzed is like finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It is. But yeah, no. Skill 1, simple. Use it to get SP. That's pretty much it. Skill 2, okay, well now you're starting, you know, you get that little bit of a debuff inflictor, you know, you start inflicting that paralyze, it's good. Especially because you just need the augmentation tattoo. And considering to get the augmentation tattoo, you just have to consume grudge. So pretty much, whenever you skill 3, you get skill 2. Considering skill 2 is the second most common, you most likely will have it around at the time, and also, reminder, you can just counter. So if you counter, you can pop skill 3 whenever you want. Means you can consume as much grudge as possible. It doesn't look like there's a... Yeah, you have to consume a certain amount, obviously. But you gain grudge super easy. Get hit, you're a middle team, you'll be fine. Hit the enemy, you'll be fine. Vengeance Mark, you'll be fine. Especially if you use all the middle, and they all work together. And then the skill 3, she gets the thermal blades, she gets the grudge, she gets the blunt damage up, she gets this bonus resin, which is going to be nice, especially when... I mean, like, how much would it be? Like, let's just do quick maths here. I mean, like, 7 is the current skill, so you would be like 7 times what? 5? That'd be too slow. 10? 70%? That's oh, well, it might be like 7 times 20. Nah, too much. I don't know. It's probably like 13.8 per envy res or something. It's probably gonna like equate to about 100 bonus damage. Oh, 100 bonus damage. The counter's fine. It gives you shield, which is very nice, and it activates at a certain A-res. It's probably going to be 6 envy A-res, I assume. 6 envy A-res. I doubt it'll be 7. The most for any middle is 6, so. I like the idea with the thermal blades. I think the thermal blades are cool. She's going to get a lot of SP. She might be insanely fast getting SP. Especially because when you use that, you don't actually have to... you don't have to clash win. You can use counter to activate the thermal blades. Because if you have A-res, you'll activate skill 3, you'll hit an enemy with burn, and you get SP from that. So actually, interesting. Very cool. The middle forgets. Again, this works with all the middle. So, like, this buffs the middle and herself and all the other middle passives as well that affect the middle allies and the mark. They have, like, 5 different vengeance marks or something like that. So, you got, like, Book of Vengeance, the Vengeance Mark 1, Vengeance Mark 2. You got, like, the Wibbly Wibbly Mark. You got, I don't know, Heathcliff's silly face stealing the, you know, coupons as a little emoji, maybe. I don't know, man. You have a Chikawa sticker on one of the Vengeance books, bro. I don't know. The styles, the middle style augmentation tattoos, the grudge, so she consumes, you know, she'll always be doing damage. She gets final power as well, on top of the coin power she already gets. Like, geez, how high does she want to clash? She gets more damage dealt, she deals more damage, and she heals SP and inflicts burn. That's the most important one. You know, the most important part is she's a burn identity. Welcome back, Burn. Great to have you. I can't wait until the end of the season where like, she's gonna be like the only Burn ID coming out. Nah, we got like at least bare minimum Yisong, maybe. Oh no, probably not Yisong. Bare minimum Ryoshu will be a Burn identity, so yay! And that's gonna be it, guys, for the kit. We'll be talking about this on the live stream, but again, there's not really much to further in. I guess we'll start looking a little bit deeper into the middles and see how they all work together. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you later.